I recently discovered that my husband was planning to have an affair when he traveled back to his home country. When I confronted him and asked why, he said he feels depressed around me and wants someone who wants him simply for who he is. But that's exactly what I've always given him, and yet he still chose to betray me. Posted by You Thrower What If. Hi everyone, I've been reading these stories for years. I never imagined I'd be writing something like this. Sorry in advance for the long message. It's been harder to edit my thoughts than I expected, and I don't want to end up filtering everything through ChatGPT-style wording. I'm 32F. My husband is 36M. We've been married for 2 years and together for 9. Until yesterday, I genuinely believed we were happy. For a bit of background, we have this silly tradition where I change my name in his phone every few months to something ridiculous. The last one was something like Perfect Human Form. It's just been a running joke for years. Yesterday, he was in the shower and his work phone was out, so I went to change my name again. While I was doing that, a Snapchat notification popped up, an image from a woman he knows back in his home country. He moved to the UK about 10 years ago, so seeing that on his work phone felt strange. I clicked it, and it opened into a 5-day streak chat. Explicit messages, crude pictures from both of them, no faces, and planned meetups for when he goes back, dates, times, locations. She was even planning to pull a sick day. One of his pictures was clearly taken on our bed while I was home. He's supposed to fly back at the end of November to visit a very ill relative. I even paid for his ticket so he could see them one last time. I ended up having a panic attack, and when he came out of the shower, he found me struggling to breathe. I asked him how he could do this. He claimed it was just talking and said he'd been feeling neglected. I asked neglected how. He said work had been stressful and he wanted someone who wanted him for who he is, and that he doesn't feel like he's ever enough for me. I had no idea he felt this way. He never said anything had changed. Years ago, maybe 3-4, when we first moved into our house, he told me he sometimes felt inadequate. We went to counseling and genuinely worked through it. Both of us put in effort. I thought it was resolved. Look, I know I'm not the easiest person sometimes. I'm more type A than type B. I'm successful in my career, not super affectionate, but I've never judged him for his job or anything like that. I even supported him financially for 2 years when he took time off to try acting. He hasn't paid toward the mortgage in 4 years because I didn't want him to feel pressured or financially strained. I don't really know why I'm posting. I don't know what I expect. I've kicked him out for now, but the logistics are messy. I work away, and we have 2 dogs. I don't know how to manage this. To me, this is absolutely cheating. But how do I make sure I don't let myself forgive him too easily? He's been part of my life for almost a decade. I've supported him in every possible way. Do I end the relationship over a week of messages? How can I not end it after something like that? I know this will probably be lost among the countless other "I can't believe he cheated" posts. But within 24 hours, my stable, hard-built life has collapsed, and I'm staring at what's left of it. Top relevant comments. Commenter 1, I'd cancel his ticket. He's feeling low, but instead of dealing with it, he planned to sleep with someone else because it boosted his ego. What about your love and commitment? Even if you don't divorce him, he needs to show genuine remorse, not just because he got caught. If there's no real explanation, trust won't recover. It happened to me. Even after 7 years, I still don't know why my husband cheated, and we argue constantly. Commenter 2, you clearly love him, given everything you've done. But honestly, the relationship seems one-sided. You're more like a foundation or a caretaker than a partner. Something is deeply wrong with him. He's always been insecure, he hasn't met his own potential, and he believes he'll never be good enough for you. You can't understand it because you think, if I weren't enough, he wouldn't be with me. But his issues run deep, years of therapy deep. And the way he planned this cheating, so calculated, especially with a sick relative involved, is concerning. Leave him, sort out your dogs and living situation. Get therapy and don't let him come back. You're young, successful, and capable. You don't need a grown man who drains your happiness. About his visa residency, I didn't sponsor anything. He has citizenship through a parent update 1 month later. Hi everyone. It's been almost 5 weeks, and thanks to all of you who helped, I wanted to update. Many of you said he'd probably been cheating longer. You were right. I originally thought it was just a week, but I recognized a very distinctive carpet pattern in a hotel room from one of the pictures. That confirmed it had been going on for at least a month. He denied everything at first and lied straight to my face, but that whole month, including our 9-year anniversary and so many important moments, made it clear that none of this was my fault. It actually helped me stop blaming myself. He still insists it never happened before, and I do believe that part, but I still went for an STI test just to be safe. Thankfully, all clear. He also admitted he lied about their past relationship, and I caught him in another lie about Snapchat. So at least he was consistent in that since I kicked him out. We've only spoken twice. He left the dogs with me, so I guess they're basically mine now, but he wants a share of my house. Here in the UK, being married long enough usually means everything is split 50-50, regardless of who paid for what. After speaking to a lawyer, the plan is to stay civil, so he only takes the amount we've agreed on and leaves my pension, savings, and the rest untouched as for the dogs. I've hired more sitters, and we've agreed he can keep them when I'm away for work, as long as he covers most of their expenses apart from that. I did the usual things, changed the locks, canceled his flights, cleared out his stuff in one go, and then had a full emotional collapse for about a week. I drank too much and cried constantly. I'm lucky I have amazing friends, but he really was the only family I had. I've started therapy to help me process everything and move forward. I'm trying to see this as a chance to completely reset my life. I'm applying for new jobs, planning to sell the house and move closer to friends, and I'm finally getting dental work done that I kept putting off. Combine that with the dogs getting injured recently, and it's been an absolutely awful month. It's been rough, but I'm slowly rebuilding a life that actually feels like mine. And it's getting a little easier each week. Thank you all for the support on my first post. The mix of encouragement and blunt honesty toward both him and me really helped me see things clearly. It genuinely reassured me that I wasn't imagining things or being dramatic. I appreciate the reality check more than I can say. And for everyone who called me a doormat, message received. I'm not taking him back, and I'm not letting anyone treat me like that again. May the force be with you, random Reddit strangers. Thank you again. Top relevant comments. Commenter 1, can he still get half the house if he hasn't contributed anything in 4 years? Ops reply, yes, it's the law. It's mainly meant to protect stay-at-home parents. Unfortunately, it doesn't distinguish between that and someone who decided to pursue acting. Commenter 2, are you sure you can't challenge this? If you don't have children and there's proof of cheating, surely the court wouldn't automatically give him 50%. Please get more legal advice. This doesn't sound fair. Commenter 3, in the UK, the starting point is a 50-50 split of all assets and savings. Cheating doesn't usually matter. If she can keep her savings and pension intact, then giving him a portion of the house is probably the simplest solution. Ops reply, 2 lawyers have confirmed the same thing. I'm staying amicable and trading part of the house to protect everything else. I don't want to go after his estate either, even though that's technically an option. Compromise is the goal. Commenter 4, I'm curious, how has this been for him? How did he react? Was he upset, trying to fix things, or just indifferent? Ops reply, he's been extremely sad. The first couple of weeks, he was completely wrapped up in self-pity and shock. He stopped blaming anything except himself. I think therapy pushed him in that direction. He says it was self-sabotage and depression and that he needs to work on himself. Honestly, I think there's truth in that. But he hasn't tried to reconcile at all. No begging to talk, no showing up, no suggesting counseling. He just kind of gave up and has been licking his wounds on his own.